Welcome back, everybody. You're here. Walk it off, talk it off. Alex and Randy back at it with another week, episode 7. We're actually going to do something fun today. We're going to recap the series as we always do, but we are also going to make our All-Star Game starter picks. I made my own team, NL and AL. Randy did the same thing. We didn't talk about it with each other. I don't know who he picked. He doesn't know who I picked. So it should be interesting, hoping for some debate. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Let's get into it.
Biggie, biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken. You're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken. You're so fake.
What's going on, guys? We're back here in Jersey. Just spent the weekend out in Philly. Saw the Phils put a beating on the Yanks. Got out of there just in time because the Yanks are not looking too good today. We're recording this on Sunday, so I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. My man Alex, Jules, what's going on, brother?
Not much. The Yankees are pretty unwatchable, so that's where I stand with them right now. I declared them dead last episode, and I'm sticking to it. People can fight me on, they had good offense against the Twins, as Gene Segura just hit a home run, almost. Let's see where he goes here. A triple. It was a triple. Good for Genie. Good for Gene, the hit machine.
He's having a 6 series.
Yeah, he is. Yankees are dead. I'm over them. Don't really care anymore.
I don't even. The Yankees to me aren't even good enough to talk about right now.
Yeah. So, but other than that,
nothing exciting. $15 million on Tyone and Kluber, because Tyone's absolutely garbage and
Kluber's hurt.
So
there's our Yankees segment for you for the day.
Not even gonna get into it. I was happy to get out to a game.
You said Philly. You were down in Philly yesterday on Saturday, the 12th. Today's June 13th, Sunday. You said it was basically full capacity down there.
Yeah. So I guess you're a Philly guy, Alex, a PA guy. So you would know more than I do. But I guess Philly kind of lifted like the whole mask thing.
Yeah. So did Jersey do the same thing.
Yeah, but I heard, I don't know. My brother-in-law was saying something about how as of like 2 days ago, it was like a big thing that no one.
Yeah,
they're pretty much done with it.
Something like June 9th or June 10th or early June. It was something about.
So pretty much full capacity. I absolutely missed the rowdiness of a full stadium. I missed waiting like 45 minutes just to get a beer and like a pretzel.
Yeah.
But yeah, the stadium, it was good vibes. Like I was telling you before, we started recording. I had no idea how much Phillies fans, held a grudge against the Yanks for that 2009 World Series, man. I got a lot of it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that comes to mind. That's the only reason why they would not like us. It's not like they're crosstown rivals, or it's not like there's bad blood like there was with the Sox in years past. So I think they're just mad that the Yankees beat them in 2009. That was 2009. Who really cares now? So
I thought it was hilarious. The Philly fans are one of a kind. As a Giants fan too, like I hear a lot from fans. Oh, I love it.
That's different though, because the Birds and the G-Men are in the same division, whereas the Yankees and the Phils, we see them 4, maybe 5 times a year in like two.
If that, we don't even play the AL East teams every year, or the NL East.
NL East, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they're a rowdy group. It was fun, good energy. The one guy started even bickering with my girlfriend Haley. She was
shout out Haley.
Yeah, she was wearing a Stanton jersey, and the guy started talking about how we're wasting his contract. We gave him too much money. This is a girl who, it's a funny story, but I one time asked her, what team did Mariano Rivera play for? As we were talking about Mo for some reason, she told me the Boston Red Sox. So clearly, you can. I was pretty pissed when she said that too. You could tell, no offense to her knowledge, but she's not into sports as much as I am, obviously. But it was funny. We got a good laugh at it. She's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And
she's like, I was just given this jersey and I'm wearing it. Like,
so it was a good time, good energy, good to be out with my family. It was my niece's first game, so see, she had a lot of excitement going on there. But a couple good series this week.
Yeah. Hold on one sec. All right. So we got some series recaps we want to get into, Randy.
Yeah. Some of the early week games were good. You mentioned before the Yankees bats were alive for that series, but if you want to get into AL first.
AL early week series here. We'll get right into it. Royals versus Angels. The Angels sweep the Royals and beat up on Jackson Kowar, I think is how you pronounce his name, Kowar, who made his MLB debut on Monday, tagging him for 4 runs in the first inning. Poor kid only went 2/3 of an inning, did not record a strikeout. Royals scored a total of 4 runs the entire series. Angels bullpen actually shoved. Good for the Angels there. They're slowly inching back towards that 500 mark. We'll see how they end up. Moving on from that series, we got Mariners-Tigers. Tigers win 2 of 3. But all the talk is about Game 2 and the Mariners winning in 11 innings, also known as the Jake Fraley game. We shared that on our Instagram. Fraley made arguably the catch of the year, game-saving catch in the 9th inning, then turned around and knocked in a go-ahead run in the 11th to eventually the M's to victory in Game 2. Very exciting game, but like I said, the M's dropped 1 and 3, games 1 and 3. Tigers take the series. Moving on from that, we got the Yankees and the Twins. Yankees take 2 of 3 from the Twinkies. Stanton hits 3 homers in 2 games. Yanks offense explodes, and really all 3 games they scored 5 or more runs in each game. Cole shoved in Game 2. Chapman blows the save in Game 3 as Donaldson hits a game-tying homer. Nelly Cruz walks it off in the 9th. Are the Yankees still dead? I don't know, we'll see, but watching the Yankees yesterday and watching them right now, I think they are still dead. Last AL early week series, we got Blue Jays, White Sox. It's the baby Jays and the baby Sox as the Sox take 2 out of 3. Good series here. Rodon went 5 innings, gave up 1 run while striking out 8 in Game 1 as the Sox put up a 5 spot in the 8th to secure the win. Vladdy Jr. took a bases-loaded walk in the 8th inning that led the Jays scoring in 3 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th to win Game 2. The rubber game was taken by Keuchel and company as the White Sox give themselves the biggest division lead in the entire league at 4.5 games as of Friday. That's it for the AL early week series. We had a decent amount of interleague. So, Randy, anything?
If you guys are watching this, listening to it, whatnot, tune in for the AL late week. I got some good stuff going with the Angels for later. They're hot right now.
Yeah, they are, dude. They're hot, and they're hot right now, which I like to see because they're doing it without Trout. Rendon's not been himself. Ohtani and Walsh and Upton are really carrying the team, but it sucks that they're so hot now and they're still like not even 500.
No,
it's the worst.
But yeah, them. It sucks that the Yanks. You get 3 home runs in that series from Stanton. He appears to be mashing. And then now we play an NL team, and we have no DH, so he's on the bench.
It's 4 days off because the Yanks had off Friday and we got off Monday.
God forbid Boone throws him out in the outfield one day. I mean, do I want it? Maybe just to get his bat in the lineup, but he has made it last. So,
especially in a game like today where Judge is not playing,
right?
Then why not throw him in right field because Clint Frazier doesn't hit?
No.
So whatever.
Especially going against Nola today too. You got your ace. You'll take any help you could get offensive. They're down 7-0 right now. So.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's crazy, but yeah, I mean that's nothing really crazy going on. Not a lot of big stories or anything, and we got that All-Star game lineups we want to get to. So not too much to talk about there. If you want to jump into the NL,
let's get into it. Like you said, there's a lot of interleague early week, so I only have, I believe, there's 5 here.
It's about the same I had.
We'll get into it. The first series I have here is the Phillies and the Braves battle here in the East. The Phils take 2 out of 3 here. and 2 in a row after dropping the first, as Acuna, Contreras, and Riley combined to drive in 7 of 9 in the first game, all going deep. Fun fact, this was the first time Wilson Contreras and his brother William homer in the same game, as Wilson plays for the Cubs and William plays for the Braves. So that's cool. Both Contreras brothers going deep on the same day. Harper and Remuto, big bats for the Phils. They both homer here too, but it's not enough as the Bravos take their lone game of the series. Pitchers cool here in Game 2 between Zach Eflin, who's been good this year, and Tucker Davidson. Maybe an unfamiliar name for those out there. This results in a Phils walk it off, talk it off, as Luke Williams sends his first year into the seats and sends the Braves packing. And then heading into Game 3, Wheeler wheels and deals as he's been doing all year. Zach Wheeler strikes out 12. Fred Freeman ties it in the 9th in this one off Hector Neris, but it wouldn't matter as the Phils stay sipping on that walk-off juice.
Yep.
Gene Ventura, the clutch Gene, sends the Phils packing with a walk-off single. Walk it off, talk it off on back-to-back days. Exciting stuff here. I know, Alex, you put together a little montage that's on our socials. So if you guys are listening to this, give us a hello. And that sealed the series win for the Phils as they come into town, or as they had the Yankees come into town this weekend. This is Sunday, so we've seen what they've been doing. Looks like the Phils are hot, walking it off and talking it off. So good for them. Phils are getting hot. Cubs versus Padres is the next series, a good one here. Cubbies take 2 out of 3 as they continue to be the Padres' kryptonite. If you don't remember, they swept the Padres, 2 weeks ago, I think?
Something like that, yeah.
Padres put up 9 in Game 1, but combined for just 2 runs in the final 2 games. Zach Davies and Jake Arrieta combined for just 1 earned over 11 innings. Wow. Cubs get to Lamet for 4, Darvish for 2 in the series, which is a shock. I mean, both those guys got good stuff. Rizzo and Wisdom. Patrick Wisdom's been great for the Cubs lately, combined for 6 RBIs in Game 2, helping the Cubbies win it. In Game 2, helping the Cubbies win it 6-1. And young Jock Peterson solo shot off Darvish in Game 3. It plays huge. It was fun to watch him around the bases as he does the Tatis strut around third and smiles as the Cubbies go on to win it 3-1 and win Series 2 out of 3 here. Next series we're going to go into Dodgers and Pirates. This series goes just as you can imagine, Alex. Outscoring the Pirates 13-5. The Dodgers sweep it. Buehler shines in Game 1. The pen shines in Game 2. And Urias, whose spin rate has seen a recent drop, a little suspicious there, gets it done in Game 3. He goes 6, still gives up 3 runs, but he drives in 2 with his bat, so he helps himself out. Dodgers win it 6-3 in that one. Chris Taylor stays hot in the series. Justin Turner had a great series, blasting 2 long balls in Game 2 to provide the only runs in a 2-1 victory in Game 2, as well as an RBI in Game 3. So he's hot. Dodgers sweep it easy. Pirates stink. We already know that.
Yep.
and moving on, we got the Marlins and the Rocks. Outscoring the Rockies in this one 20-10. The baby Marlins take 2 of 3. Aguilar, Duvall, and your guy, Corey Dickerson. Look out for him on your fantasy leagues. Recently talked about on Alex's analysis. They each drive in 2 in Game 1. Pablo Lopez twirls a gem. He goes 8 strong, giving up just 2. He struck out 8. The Marlins 6. All comes on this for the Game 2, however. He gives up just 1 after 5 to earn the dub. Charlie Blackmon drives in 1 on 2 hits. He helps the Rocks win it 4-3 in the final game. The Marlins explode for 11 runs, including 6 in the second. Starling Marte goes 4 for 5 in this one, including a solo shot to help the Fish pick up an 11-4 win. Ash Chisholm drives in 3. Adam Duvall drives in 2 as they both go deep as well. Trevor Rogers keeps chugging along the NL Rookie of the Year train.
Yes, sir.
Jazz at the end of the season, we'll see. He's been great. He picks up his 7th win on this one, going 7 strong innings, giving up 2 earned on this one, but paying 8, and the Marlins finish off the series wins. So Marlins look good in that one. And the final series here is the Brewers and the Reds battle the Central right here, as the Brewers fight with the Cubbies for the division lead, and it all goes their way. Brew Crew get a good outing from Adrian Hauser in the first one. Avisail Garcia and Travis Shaw each drive in 2 to help win it 5-1, but the Reds would bounce back and shell Brett Anderson for 5 runs as Tyler Stevenson and Nick Castellanos combined for 5 RBIs in the 7-2 Reds win in Game 2. The final game of the series, however, the Brew Crew show why they're near the top of the division, putting up 7 as Jace Peterson and Daniel Vogelback combined to 5 big hits. Freddie Peralta and Brett Suter combined for 6 strong, giving up just 2 and striking out 10, and the Brew Crew take Game 3 7-2 to win the series 2-1. One guy I wanted to note, or a couple guys I wanted to note in that series besides Freddie Peralta, who's been insane this year. Seems like the Brewers have 3, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's crazy.
So he's been good, but a couple bats I wanted to point out in this one. Avisail Garcia went 4 for 13. He drove in 3. He scored 1, and he hit up at a bomb. Willie Adames, former Ray.
Yeah.
6 for 13 in this series, batting nearly 500. He drove in 2 and scored 3 runs. And then Daniel Vogelback built like a refrigerator. He went 4 for 12. He drove in 3. He hit 2 long balls, and he scored 3 runs. So Brewers, clearly their bats are working for them. They have guys who've been doing it.
Them and the Cubs, man. Like I did not expect either of them to be at the top of the NL Central at this point, let alone at any point. I thought for sure the Brewers would be bottom tier. It'd be like 3rd place. Cubs would be maybe 2nd, and I really thought the Cards were going to kind of run away with it, but it's been the opposite.
I was going to say it's a shame that your Cards, aren't doing it right now.
All my teams stink, bro.
That could almost be like an AL East situation where you got like 4 teams above 500. If the Reds,
yeah, I mean the Cards are the worst right now. I think they're 500 after the loss yesterday, or maybe a game below 500 after the loss yesterday to the Cubbies. So I mean I got something on them too, the Cards late week, about like how they've been, over the past handful of weeks. But no, the Brewers are a real surprise to me, and honestly, I could say the Cubs too. Like they shipped away their best starter in Darvish, and then they beat him.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, dude.
They've taken 6 out of 7 games against the Pods in the past 2 weeks or something or they might have played each other one more time and the Pods won that series. I can't remember that.
Something like that, yeah.
Nonetheless, I mean the Cubbies are proving that they can hang with the big guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see. I know they have a couple arms who have been good for them. Like Adbert Alzolay came out of nowhere, and he's been throwing pretty decent for them.
Yeah.
Kyle Hendricks hasn't even been good for them.
No, he hasn't.
They're getting good outings from guys who you wouldn't expect. Jake Evans has been throwing phenomenally for them.
Exactly.
So who knows? Maybe going playoff time, we could see them make a run if they decide not to sell at the deadline.
Which I don't think they will. Sorry, I'm just moving. My connection was bad, so I'm moving over to where I'm usually at. But no, I don't think they will be at this point. I said that they would be, but I just don't see it.
Right.
I just don't see it at all. Oops,
yeah, so
we're good.
I mean, couple good series there. Like we talked about, Cubbies, Padres was good, but then you have series like the Pirates and the Dodgers. Nobody cares about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Central race is exciting. With that being said, Alex, you want to get into the Interleague?
Yeah, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Interleague early week series. So we'll see right here. We got Mets Orioles as the first one. The O's and Mets split a quick 2-game series as the O's explode for 10 runs in Game 1 just 2 days after they put up 19. Franco and Santander homer for the O's. Alonso might be heating up as he homers for the Mets. Game 2 was all Mets, though, as they flipped the script and put up 14 runs while only giving up 1. Taijuan Walker continues his surprising season. Didn't see that one coming, honestly. As the Mets hit 6 homers, Kevin Pillar ditches the mask shortly after he gets hit in the face. He goes yard twice, along with Billy McKinney, former Yankee. Pete Alonso hits another homer as well. Look out, NL. The Polar Bears coming out of hibernation. Mets are good. Moving on from that, we got Nats Rays. Another 2-game series here. Tyler Glasnow continues to be an ace as the Rays take Game 1 of this 2-game set by a score of 3-1. Glasnow goes 7 strong, giving up 1 run, walking 1, and K'ing 11. He's got a sub-2 ERA this year at 2.57. He's been the true definition of an ace for them. The Rays bullpen then shuts the door as Nats hitters struck out 14 times in that game. Game 2, the Nats got their revenge, though, as they win 9-7 in 11 innings. Brad Hands got the win despite blowing the save in the 10th. Mr. National himself, Ryan Zimmerman, hits 2 homers, and Soto added 1 as well to help secure the victory for the Nats. Giants Rangers. Surprising here, the Rangers managed to steal a game against the Giants, the best team in the NL. However, before that happened, the Giants took game 1 thanks to a ton of late inning offense as Mike Talkman, we miss you, hits a grand slam in the 8th to give the Giants a 6-4 lead, and Brandon Crawford hits 2 homers to help secure the 9-4 victory for San Fran. Brandon Crawford is just a resurgence this year. Game 2, the Rangers walk it off. Let's talk it off thanks to Brock Holt, who hits a walk-off single, and Rangers win Game 2 4-3. Indians Cardinals. Stop me if you've heard this before. Shane Bieber pitched another gem. However, he only struck out 5 in this game as he goes through 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks. Not very Bieber-like, but it was good enough to get the win as the Indians explode for 10 runs, putting up a 4 spot in the 9th as the Cards' struggles continue. More on that later. The Cards win Game 2 thanks to 2 moonshots by a fire hydrant with arms. You may know him by the name of Tyler O'Neill. He helps stop the Cardinals' skid as they win 8-2. Wainwright with another quality outing as well. Good to see him throwing well. Final series, D-backs A's. A's sweep the D-backs in 2 games as they get great outings from their starters in this series. Game 1, Chris Bassett goes 7 innings, giving up 4 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 6 punchies. Sean Manaea picked up right where he had left off from his previous start, delivers another goose egg for his 2nd straight start, throws 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs. A's doing first place things and beating up on the bad teams, helping them keep their first place spot in the West. Good for the A's.
Yeah. Also, why Tyler O'Neill's so goddamn big, man?
Dude, I don't know. I saw something the other day that was like Luke Voigt retweeted it, I think, on Twitter, and it was like 2017, and it was the Cardinals like AAA team, and it was the home run leaders. Half the dudes aren't even on the list anymore. Like a Rosarena's not there, Voigt's not there, a couple other guys aren't there, but like Tyler O'Neill had the lead, and he had like 26 homers.
Nuts.
Like at the midpoint in the minor league season or something like that.
Quick too. He's a bird.
Yeah. Absolutely, dude. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he is. He had that sweet game-ending catch last week. I know we talked about it last week, but
yeah, against the Dodgers.
Yeah, he's Cardinals got some guys down there that got to put it together
for sure. Absolutely.
Mets are hot. They're I know they haven't played as many games as the rest of the division, or I think them and the Nationals are 6 games behind or something.
Something like that, yeah.
They have a 4-game lead on the division right now. Won 3 in a row. I think they're 6-4 in their last 10.
Yeah.
Mets are hot, and they're doing it with guys like Billy McKinney, like you said. Like they're doing it with these guys who shouldn't be as productive as they're being. But
exactly, and because they got injuries too. Like McKinney's only there because Jeff McNeil's hurt. Like the Kevin Pillar missed a bunch of time, and he's not really like he's a household name to us, but he's not a real household name. He's not a Lindor or an Alonso or a McNeil.
You even got like Stroman, who struggled like the past. He dealt with injuries.
Yeah,
his stuff was always there, but it was like when he was in Toronto, he was never like that bona fide like superstar.
We all knew that he had it in him, but he never showed it.
But this year he's proven like he's legit, man. He's legit number 2 right behind DeGrom.
And I was gonna say I think it helps being teammates with DeGrom too. You learn a lot from a guy like that.
Learning from one of the greats, if not the greatest ever. And while we're on it, we'll mention DeGrom's injury.
Yeah.
He left the game, but as you said,
before we started recording, he left with a right flexor strain in their game against the Pods on Friday. But I did see on maybe it was like the bottom line on ESPN or something like that, or I saw a tweet or whatever from somebody. He's not expected to miss his next start. So that's good. That's good for Mets fans. That's the second time he's had some kind of scary-ish injury. It was the oblique side before, and now the flexor, which is, right in the forearm, and that sometimes can lead to things like Tommy John. And that's the last thing you want to see for a guy like that. But he should be good.
Well, nonetheless, good for Mets fans that, he's not missing time. But, I mean, it was fun watching him shove against the Pods.
Oh, yeah.
picked up 2 RBIs with the bat. Like,
dude, he's got. I mean, I was gonna save a lot of this for the All-Star game lineups and everything, but he's got 5 RBI this year, and he's only given up 4 in runs. So
that's like MLB the Show numbers.
Donovan Mitchell, your boy D Mitch, tweeted. He's like, he's a big Mets fan. He tweeted out. He's like, he's like, what is going on MLB? He's like, Jacob deGrom's crazy. He's like, I can't even do this stuff in the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so even you got athletes from all around, different sports noticing that. So it's crazy, but there's nothing else really if you want to get going with the AL late week series.
Yeah. Yeah, we could jump into late week. I got the AL. So first series we're gonna go into is the Red Sox and the Blue Jays here. 4-game set here in the East as both teams have 1 year so far. Who's homering again, Alex? Take a guess. It's Vladdy Jr.
Yep.
He hits his 19th in Game 1, and despite having a 5-1 lead, the Jays fall apart as the Sox put up 3 in the 6th to make things interesting as it's now 5-4. But the Hot Sox weren't done as utility guy Christian Arroyo tied it up in the 8th with a solo shot leading up to Mr. Swaggy himself, Alex Verdugo. He walks it off. He talks it off in the 9th on a single to left. Their Sox take Game 1 6-5. We go into Game 2. The Jays bounce back as MV Vlad does it again. He homers. He's the first to 20 in the MLB. Biggio and Simeon both go deep, and a 4-run fifth powers the Jays to a 7-2 win as Steven Matz scores a good one for the Blue Jays. Series, they're playing right now. I can get you the score in a second.
Yeah, let's see.
That is currently...
I got them. Oh shit, they're up 14-3.
They're playing right now. They're up 14-3. It looks like Teoscar Hernandez hit a 440-foot bomb. He's drove in. Teoscar Hernandez has 6 ribbies in the game.
Also, it's middle of the 7th in the White Sox-Tigers game, and Carlos Rodon is doing something that he's done before.
Uh-oh.
So keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, keep going.
Teoscar, stay freaking hot. The dude's got 6 ribbies today. They're actually in a 4-game series, so they conclude tomorrow at 7:10.
Okay.
That one, little weird series going into the beginning of the week. But
yeah, that's weird.
Vladdy, standout player in that series so far. He's 4 for 6 with 4 ribbies, 2 home runs, 2 runs, and 3 walks. But that might change because if Mr. Hernandez keeps it up, 6 RBIs in 1 game, he's got to get the standout there. But yeah, so they each took a game 1. It looks like the Jays are going to jump ahead in that series, but tune in tomorrow for the final game. And then the second series there we have the Rays and the O's. First 2 of this one go to Tampa as Brandon Lowe's big game powers the Rays to a 4-2 win. Lau goes 2 for 3, including a 2-run shot, and him and Margot both drive in 2 on the day. As Yarborough picks up his 4th win of the year, going 6 innings pitched, giving up 0 earned on 3 hits, as the Rays finally use him the right way. Game 2 was more of the same as Lau drives in 2 more, and the Rays drive in 5 through 4 innings, but the O's would fight back with the 4-run 5th, getting to Rich Hill. However, it wouldn't be enough as Ryan Thompson, Colin McHugh, Pete Fairbanks, and Diego Castillo, the Rays' big arms, all combined for 4 1/3 innings pitched scoreless, and the Rays win it 5-4. They're playing right now as well. They are currently winning 3-1 over the O's in the 6th. So low scoring game, but as it looks, the Rays might sweep that one. So out in that series so far, I'm going to give it to Brandon Lau. He's 4 for 7 coming into today with 4 RBIs, 2 runs, 2 walks, a home run, and 2 doubles. Let's see what he did today. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. So he's hot. Rays are hot. They look to keep it up and go for the sweep. And then the next game I have here is the Indians and the Mariners. Kind of a boring series here, but the Indians are good. Indians are hot, winners of 6 of their last 10 to keep it up, putting up 7 in Game 1. Bobby Bradley drives in 3 on 2 hits. including a solo shot for his second this year, and Savali shoved, giving up just 1 hit through 8 and striking out 11. Act civil, Savali. Game 2 was all M's until it wasn't, as they go into the 8th with a 4-0 lead, but the Indians finally wake up as Cesar Hernandez starts it with an 8th inning home run. But up 4-1 going into the 9th, Mariners fans on their feet, Indians fans on their feet, the Tribe come through. Bobby Bradley stays hot. Maybe a name you're unfamiliar with. If he continues to do what he's doing, look out for him in fantasy. He hits a pinch hit RBI single after having a big game in Game 1. And then Rene Rivera ties it up on a 2 RBI double in the 9th. We see extras in this one. Harold Ramirez walks off the Indians on an error fielder's choice. Indians take the first 2 and go for the sweep today. They currently are down 5-0 to the Mariners. So it doesn't look like they're getting the sweep unless they have a comeback.
I did see here Jake Fraley again, 2-run shot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's doing it all, huh? Yeah, so they're up 5-0, or the M's are up 5-0 in that one. So the Indians, doesn't look like they'll get the sweep, but they'll get the series win there. And then standout, Bobby Bradley. He is a rookie. Coming into today, he was 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs, 2 runs, 2 walks, and a home run. So maybe looking to him. I'm going to give the so good award to Aaron Savali in this one. He threw an absolute gem. 8 hits, 8 one-hit inning, 11 Ks. I mean, that's nuts.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
Good, like a sack civil. And then the next series we're going to is the White Sox and the Tigers. What a better way to get it done than to outscore your opponent 20-6 in the first 2 games. That's exactly what the Southsiders got going on. Seeing extras in a 5-4 victory in Game 1. Moncada's sack fly puts us ahead in the 10th. And the BCITG, the best closer in the game, Alex, Liam Hendricks shuts it down for the 5-4 win. Game 2, the bats explode as ex-Angel outfielder Brian Goodwin breaks out in his return to the bigs. He goes 2 for 5. He scores 3 runs, and he drives in 5, including a solo shot for his first on the year. Jermaine Mercedes, who's been doing it all year long, he has a big game. He drives in 3 as well on 2 hits. And Lowry Garcia matches him, driving in 3 of his own. Dylan Cease on the bumper, Alex Analysis guy, continues to be the man for the Sox as he picks up his 8th win against the Tigers in 8 years. He kryptonite this year, Alex, as he's right in his career as the Sox win at 15-2. Dylan Cease is 8-8, 8 for 8 against the Tigers. That's nuts.
Yeah, and now I mean, go ahead. Game 3, we got something crazy going on.
Yeah, Game 3, something's cooking. It rhymes with show shitter. So yeah, they go for the sweep today. They're up 4-0 in the 7th. Tune in that one.
Yeah, we'll be updating that. We'll see if it happens. It'll be all over our social media. So.
Yeah. And then the final series for the AL League is the A's and the Royals. Mike Minor opened up Game 1 for the Royals, who have been good with a gem. He's given up just 3. He gave up just 3 hits and 1 over 7, and 1 earned run over 7. Benintendi and Soler homer to help the Royals win at 6-1 in that, as they put up 3 runs in both the 7th and the 8th to erase a 1-0 A's lead. During baseball again.
Yep.
However, the Royals end up dropping Game 2 and 3. Game 2, the A's take a 3-0 lead into the 7th for the second time 2 nights. The Royals tie it up late, putting up 2 in the 7th and 1 in the 8th to tie it as the veteran Salvi. He goes yard in both innings, the 7th and the 8th, to put the team on his back and tie it. Speaking of veterans, though, Elvis Andrus is certainly one of those. He walks off. He talks it up in the 9th to raise the tie game and send the A's home with a 4-3 win. Cole Irving pitches well in that one. He goes 6 strong, gives up just 1 earned on 6 hits. And then Game 3, the A's bats go off for 11 runs as the A's studs Chappie and Olsen both go yard. They combine for 7 hits, 4 runs, and 7 ribbies in the game. I mean, that's enough production out of those 2 for a week, and they get it in 1 game. And then a guy I want to point out is ex-Yankee James Capriello. He continues to shine this year. He pitched that final game. He gave up no earned runs, just 2 hits over 6 innings. Tremendous start. His ERA on the year, Alex, 2.51.
Damn.
I mean, that's tough, man. That's
Yeah.
a tough one.
I
But
just
the A's,
I just saw double by somebody on the Tigers.
wow, so I must have jinxed it.
Yeah, we both did.
Yeah. Carlos, you did it once this year. Let someone else do it.
Yeah, right. We've already had too many of them.
Yeah, but it looks like Eric Haas broke it up with the double.
Haas, yeah.
Yeah. So, like we mentioned before, Sox are up 4-0 in that, so they look like they're going for the sweep. But staying on the A's in the Royals, the A's take that last game 11-2 and look to take 3 or 4 today at 4:07. So tune into that. That's coming up in an hour.
Yes, sir.
Side note, something to add there. The A's lead the MLB with 6 walk-off wins this year. So boring baseball, Alex?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I saw that today too. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I had zero clue.
I guess you just got to be like an A's fan.
I mean, I'm probably just a hater, but we knew that.
Yeah.
So, but we can jump right in, keep it moving. NL late week series. I told you guys I had some dirt on the Cardinals. Not really dirt, but either way, the Cubs and the Cardinals right here. Cubs stay hot as they take first 2 games of a 3-game set against the Cardinals. The Cubs celebrated their, quote, opening day 2.0 on Friday night with an 8-5 win as they have full capacity for the first time in 2 years at Wrigley. I've been there. That's a great place to be. Glad that they got full capacity over there. Saturday, they cruised to a 7-2 win. Cardinals are really struggling as they're fighting to stay above 500, and since May 21st, they're 7-14, the Cardinals are. Since the start of June, they're 2-8. Not good for my NL Central pick. The Cubs go for the sweep Sunday on Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN at 7:08 as we see Carlos Martinez square off against Zach Davies. Zach Davies having a decent year. Carlos Martinez's ERA, I believe, is north of 6. Moving on, Giants-Nats. The Giants head into the nation's capital looking to stay hot, but Mother Nature has something to say as Game 1 gets rained out on Thursday and is made up as a doubleheader on Saturday. The Giants take Game 1 Friday 1-0 as Anthony DeSclafani dropped him a couple weeks ago in fantasy. Now he throws a complete game shut piece thanks to an insane home run robbery at the wall by the best Mike T in baseball. Who's that? You guessed it, Mike Talkman. Saturday, the team split a doubleheader with the Nats. The Nats taking Game 1 2-0 thanks to a strong start by Eric Fetty making his return from the IL. He tosses 5 scoreless as Kevin Gausman only goes 4 innings and gives up 2 earned. This is the first time I believe Gausman has left a game while losing. Until Saturday, he had handed the game to the bullpen with either a tie or a lead. There's your stat that exists but doesn't matter for the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Second game of the doubleheader goes to the Giants, however, as their hibernating bats wake up in the 8th to score 2 runs and secure a 2-1 victory. Final of that series is today. They started playing at 1:05. I was watching before. Nats were up 4-0 last I saw, and it's 5-0 now. Kyle Schwarber's had a big game. Actually, he's got a homer. What's he done? Schwarber's 2 for 4 with 4 ribbies, so he's been the offense for them today. Good for Kyle. He's 2 bombs.
One of your guys that you pointed out on Alex's analysis, Josh Harrison is 3 for 3 with a run scored in that game. So a couple guys swinging it well for them.
Absolutely. And moving on from there, we got Braves Marlins. The Braves were supposed to be good this year. What happened? We don't know. What we do know is that the Marlins have taken the first 2 games of this 3-game set by scores of 4-3 and 4-2 thanks to a 3-run 4th inning in Game 1 and a 2 RBI game by Jazz Chisholm Jr. and a quality start by our guy, Sandy Alcantara. The Marlins take the first game as Charlie Morton sees his ERA fluctuate between 4.5 and 5. Not what the Braves wanted out of him. Game 2 features a great start by Zach Thompson on a day that was supposed to be a, quote, bullpen day for the Marlins. Thompson goes 5 shutout innings, strikes out 6. The Marlins get to Max Fried early as they tagged him for 3 runs in 6 innings. Duvall and Diaz both homer. Marlins win 4-2. Game 3's going on right now as we speak. And the Marlins, let's see, pulling it up. The Braves are up 5-0 on the Marlins. Austin Riley's got a homer. And Kevin Smith with a nice RBI single. So we'll see how that one ends up. Looks like the Braves are going to take that one and salvage Game 3. Padres versus Mets. We talked about it before. And I think I'm a Mets fan. I'm just curious as to what it's like to root for a good team in New York. So that's all. The Mets invited the Padres into Flushing just to beat them and to show them show the world that they're for real. DeGrom, we mentioned 6 innings, strikes out 10 in game 1, allowing just 1 hit, no runs. He did come out with a flexor strain, but he's expected to make his next start. Game 2, Stroman struck out 8. The Mets offense tagged Musgrove for 3 runs in his 6 and a third innings pitched. Tatis hit a ball to the moon for his 18th homer of the year, but the Mets hang on to take game 2. Look to go for the sweep today at 110. Last I saw, it was 1-0 Pods as Paddock and Joey Lucchesi are on the bumps. Right now it's 2-1 Mets. Mets just put up 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jose Peraza hit a 2-run shot. So Mets look to close that one out right now. They got Familia on the bump, but Pods have 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Pirates Brewers is the last NL series here. Brewers have won the first 2 games, both by a score of 7-4, despite some abnormal starts from the law firm that we know of, Woodruff and Burns. The Brewers still take 2 wins. Woodruff goes 7, allows 4 hits, 2 runs, striking out 5. Not a usual start for him. A lot of hits, not a lot of strikeouts, but still quality. Still a quality start. Burns, however, a little worse. He took the bump game 2, only went 4 innings, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of them were earned, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. 8 Ks in 4 innings, though. That's impressive. But again, not a normal start by him. Trevor Richards came in the 5th inning to pick Burns up and threw 2 innings, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. Both were his first 2 base runners that he'd given up since joining the Brewers. Might remember Willie Adames got traded over there. Yeah, well, Trevor Richards was the forgotten man in that trade. Game 3, Adrian Hauser and Will Crow, who has a 7.26 ERA. Pirates gonna pirate, but the Brewers look for the sweep and to stay tied with the Cubs in first place. I don't think that game has started yet, has it? Oh, it is. It's 1-1 in the top of the 4th. Daniel Vogelbach, the fridge, RBI double.
RBI double. Yeah, some good stuff in there. I want to get a little trend out there, a little hashtag. Hashtag get Mike Talkman the platinum glove.
Yeah, right.
That kid's been robbing home runs left and right.
Yeah, dude. I almost put in there too that he robbed Soto the other night, and I almost put in there that he's robbed 2 current future Hall of Famers in Pujols and Soto, but I thought it might be too early to give that to Soto.
I saw someone tweeted that Mike Talkman thinks he's Jim Edmonds or something like that.
Dude, that's so accurate though. That's great.
Yeah, he's been playing well. Giants been playing well. Mets playing well. A lot of good stuff there.
Dude, the National League is just like worlds better than the American League, I think.
It's so exciting, dude. Every division.
But the good teams in the AL, like the top teams, like the White Sox and the Rays, and arguably the A's, like those 3 teams there, they could compete with the NL. But the NL just has so many more teams that are like good.
There's so many more exciting players. Like
absolutely. What do you think? Yeah, I was just gonna say, well, like the guys you just said, you think of like baseball and energy in baseball. The first 3 guys that might come to your mind are Tatis, Soto, and Acuna. Yeah, exactly. All 3 of those guys are in the NL.
A lot of good stuff there. We could jump right into the that way we have some time to talk about the All-Star.
Absolutely, go for it.
Yeah. The first interleague matchup I want to get into is the Yankees and the Phils. Not much to say here. We talked about it before. I got to see this one in the stadium. Tyone got rocked in game 1, giving up first, only recording 1 out in that game. Nestor Cortez, a familiar name from years past. He's back on the squad. He comes in and he does a good job holding the Phils to just 1 run over 3 and 2/3 innings pitch, allowing the Yanks to kind of chip away a little bit. Gardy drives in 1 with a RBI triple, and Gary hit a solo shot. But clutch Gene Segura would drive in his first 2 on the day as the Phils put up 2 off Sessa to make it 7-2 through the 6th. Being a Yankees fan in Philly in the Phillies world got kind of exciting. As Odor goes deep, he makes it 7-3. Gary hits an RBI single to make it 7-4, and then things got crazy. In the 9th, just 2 outs away, David John LeMahieu, he would tie it up with the 3-run shot. Yanks came all the way back. Oh, looked great just in time for Gene Segura to walk it off and talk it off. Philly game one in a break fashion, 8-7, and it looks like today they're gonna sweep the 2-game set. They're up 7-0.
Yeah.
And they have Aaron Noel on the bump still in the 7th. So
I'll take the fantasy points, but I hate the loss for the Yanks.
Yeah. So that one looks like a wrap. And then the next one we'll get into is the Angels and the D-backs. Showtime here in game one in Arizona as MV Tani. Shohei Ohtani takes the mound. Suzuki, Ohtani, and Rendon each driving one to give Shohei an early 3-0 lead. The only blunders in Ohtani's day would come in fifth as he balks in a run. He throws a wild pitch to let in another one. Fun fact here, if you didn't see the replay, that balk was one of two in the game, and the second balk came literally the pitch after his first balk.
Yep.
So, weird stuff going on. This game would go back and forth in the late innings as Eduardo Escobar in the 9th ties it up for the D-backs with the solo shot. Game would see extras where Max Stassi drives in Jared Walsh to put the Halos up 1. It would stay that way as game 1 goes to LA 6-5. Game 2, the Snakes get to Alex Cobb, however, for 5 in the 3rd on knocks by Escobar, Walker, Peralta, and Ahmed. Halos would chip away as Rendon drives in 3 in the 4th and the 5th to cut the deficit to 1. It would stay that way until the 7th, where Josh Rojas adds on to the 1-run lead to make it 6-4, but the Angels rally late. Rendon hits a sac fly to tie it, driving in the 4th RBI today for him. And they would add on 2 more to make it 8-6 as Iglesias and Ward both double. Rojas would homer for the D-backs in the bottom of the inning, but it wouldn't be enough as they lose the first 2 and look to avoid the sweep today at 4-10. Alex, you mentioned before Rendon hasn't been himself. He was hot in the series.
That's what they need, man. They absolutely need that. Absolutely need that.
And they play today at 4-10, so they're looking for the sweep. And then the last series I got going on here, a little West Coast action between the Rangers and the Dodgers. Dodgers win game 12-1, and then they lose a game 12-1. A lot of weird stuff going on here.
Yep.
Lux drives in 4 in game 1, and Kershaw K's 9 over 6, giving up just 3 hits and 0 earned to help the Dodgers win at 12-1. In game 2, Rangers match as Jason Martin and Nate Lau each drive in 3. Jonah Heim and Luis Garcia both driving 2, as well as the Rangers put together 17 hits, putting up 6 runs on your former NL Cy Young, Trevor Bauer, whose spin rate's been spiraling down. Yikes. Looks like that sticky stuff might have been left at home for this one. Kobe Allard gets the win in this one as he goes 5, giving up 5 hits, no runs to tie the series up at 1. They play today at 10, so tune into that to see who wins that series. And that'll be it for your interleague matchup.
Yes, sir. Now the fun stuff begins. So as I had mentioned at the start of this, Randy and I were, trying to figure out maybe something new to do. It was Randy's idea. He was like, let's go do something with the all-star starters, make our own lineups. So we both did it on our own. As I mentioned before, he doesn't know who I have. I don't know who he has. I'm sure we're going to be similar on a lot of stuff, but I could see some differences in a handful of things as well. So what we did was we picked, your starting 9. We have catcher, first base, second base, third, short, 3 outfield spots, and a pitcher. But since in the all-star game, both AL and NL have DHs, so we picked 10 guys, our starting lineup, just by position. We didn't put them in order. At least I didn't put them in a batting order or anything like that. But yeah, so it's interesting. One thing I saw is that American League catchers stink, dude. They're not good. I was texting Randy. I'm like, this is hard because I got 2 guys here, and one I think is maybe a little more deserving. I can't really tell, but they're not that great.
Well, like I said to you the other day, they're so bad they make Gary Sanchez look good.
Yeah. So the NL has all the catchers. That's for damn sure. So you want to start with AL first?
We could get into it. If you want to give me a little drum roll here for starting pitchers. Representing your Tampa Bay Rays, starting in the AL, Mr. Tyler Glasnow.
Wow. Okay.
Now, I was between him and the Beebs, and
really, okay, that's interesting.
I want to see Glasnow on the bump.
I don't hate it, but I mean, people are gonna, if anybody listens to this, they're gonna be, oh, Alex is Yankee biased. I put Garrett Cole
Oh yeah.
And I said he's got a 2.31 ERA and 81 and 2/3. You know me, I like the numbers.
Yeah.
Innings pitched, 113 Ks. He's got 176 ERA plus. The average is 100. His FIP is 2.1 and the average is 4. His WHIP is 0.869. The average is 1.2. But I didn't even think of Glass now, dude. I was between Shane Bieber and Lance Lynn and Garrett Cole.
Yeah, Lance Lynn. The only reason I didn't pick Lynn is because of the time he missed with his injury.
Exactly. I said Lance Lynn leads the league in ERA and ERA plus in the AL anyway.
He became qualified for that because you need a certain amount of innings pitched.
Yeah, and I wrote here, I said Bieber and Lynn were also in consideration, but Cole has Bieber beaten everything except innings pitched and strikeouts, and he has Lynn beaten everything except ERA and ERA plus. But Lance Lynn has a lot less innings. But
yes, I love it. I love Garrett Cole.
Glasnow's not a bad pick though, dude. I like that.
I obviously want to see Cole, making that start, but I think it'd be fun to see Glasnow pitch. I wanted to come up with a little different too.
Yeah, I didn't even think of him. I mean, Cole's got the better ERA. But I don't know. Glasnow probably has about the same amount of Ks, if not a little more.
Yep.
So
that's two good ones there for AL. We'll jump.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll jump into the catcher next. A little
catcher
here.
Right.
Representing your Kansas City Royals, Mr. Salvador Perez at catcher.
I'm between him and I wrote down Salvi's slashing 277, 305, 504, got an 809 OPS, a 118 OPS plus with, at the time I wrote this on Friday, 14 homers and 40 RBI. But I love the average and everything. My gut was leaning towards Yasmani Grandal representing the Chicago White Sox.
He was batting 190.
At the time I wrote this, he was hitting 160. He's hitting 160, but he's got a 400 OBP and a 429 slug. He beats Perez in both of those in on base percentage. But he also beats Perez in OPS and OPS plus. He leads the league in walks with 49. Yeah. So that's good. But I just want to be different. I'm gonna throw Yaz out there. I'm gonna say he's gonna do it. I don't care the 160. Nobody talks about batting average anymore. I mean, you and I love it, but I like that. I just think I'm leaning him just because of the sheer craziness that is his season.
Yeah.
Like the dude's hitting at the time, like I said, I wrote this on Friday. He's hitting 160 with a 400 OBP.
Yeah.
So basically every time he gets a hit, it's a home run or a double.
It's funny.
Like that shit's crazy.
I was torn. Another guy I was going to throw in there was Christian Vasquez, but
he's having a solid year. But Salvi, I think Salvi's going to get it realistically.
He just homered twice in this their current series. So
he's up to 16 homers now and at least 42 RBI. So he's got Grandal beating homers and RBI. I just like.
He's kind of more like Cole, like a clear cut choice, but I like seeing you put Yasmani in there.
Yeah, that was what I had to. I mean,
that's lefty now, right? I think.
Is it only lefty?
I know he was switch hitting.
I know that. It could be lefty. I don't know.
He's only batting lefty now. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy though.
Regardless, good picks there. We'll also for you guys listening, we'll put this on our socials.
Absolutely.
And you guys can see our picks, but we'll go in first base. Drum roll here.
Not that there's a drum roll needed, but
I'm sure we have the same guy here, Mr. Vladdy Jr.
Absolutely, dude.
Leads the MLB in home runs.
Yep.
Having a better season than his dad's MVP season.
Yep.
This dude's nuts. He's
emerging
as the star we always thought he would be.
Absolutely, dude. I wrote here on Friday. I recorded, like I said, I wrote this. Slashing 329, 435, 643 with a 1.078 OPS. At the time, it was him, Jesse Winker, and Nick Castellanos were the only three people in the league with an OPS of 1 dot or higher. So he's got a 195 OPS plus. He leads the league in on-base, slugging, OPS plus, and total bases. On Friday, he had 137. He's hit a couple more homers. Do the math there. We're not a math pod, so... But it's not even close. He's the starter. It's not close.
Good stuff there. We'll go into second base.
All right.
Representing again your Toronto Blue Jays.
Same person.
Marcus Semien.
He's the only one. He's the only one, dude.
Yeah, I mean, because DJ LeMahieu's not doing it this year. So,
And I mean, I just paid respect to Altuve because he's turned it on. Close second was Altuve. Altuve hasn't beaten average, but Semion's better everywhere else.
yeah,
Semien, he's slashing 289, 357, 512, and 869 OPS, 13 homers and 33 RBI as of Friday. OPS plus a 138. Like it's him all the way.
the numbers are there.
And it's it's awesome too because he was a shortstop. He swapped over to give Bo Bichette shortstop. So.
Right. Another guy I was kind of considering, but he's having a bad year, was Brandon Lau, but his numbers aren't near Semien.
No. Yeah. Ever since the postseason last year, he just forgot how to hit, but it's good to see him heating up now.
Yeah. So Baby J's on first and second there I mean, Semien's not as much of Baby J, but he's
I got you.
Part of the whole culture.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We'll move on. I got third base next.
Yep.
We got representing your Boston Red Sox, Mr. Rafael Devers.
Yep. I can see people now yelling at us. I mean, we'll see. I'm assuming you have the same shortstop as I do, but if you don't, we'll talk about it.
Representing the AL East as well.
Absolutely, he is. So we got the infield is the right side is from the Jays and the left side is from another team. So I mean, Devers, it's 273, 340, 555, an OPS almost at 900, a 141 OPS plus. He leads the league on Friday. He had 48 RBI. He also has 15 homers. Close second for me was Jose Ramirez, though. He's having a pretty solid year. But Devers 100%.
Yeah, Devers has been nuts. Shortstop, we mentioned AL East, Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah.
Clear cut there.
It's not it's clearly Bogaerts.
On the pod, I was on our socials, and one of the Braves girls,
mansplain girls. Yeah.
They asked one of their a player from your least favorite team that you love, and I come into Xander Bogaerts because there's no weak spot in his game, and he's fun to watch.
No, I mean, I wrote down his numbers here for those that want to know. Slashing 324, 382, 547, OPS of 929. I mean, he's got 123 total bases, 11 homers, and 38 RBI. Again, as of Friday, that has changed. I said Carlos Correa was a thought, but it's clearly Xander Bogaerts. I don't even think it's close. So I didn't go for outfield. I just went 3 outfielders. I didn't go left, center, or right.
Okay. Yeah. I put down left, center, right, but
I mean, these guys can you can interchange them. They can all play all that, but I mean, there's one that's obvious. Who's your first?
I'm gonna go left field. I'll go Adolis Garcia.
Okay, I didn't have him.
No,
I had Mitch Haniger.
Okay, I have Mitch Haniger in my guys I'd like to see in the game.
Okay.
Starting. I have Adolis starting because Mitch's numbers are nuts, but Adolis's emergence was kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, his story is cool too. I mean, getting designated for assignment, then picked back up, and then he just kind of hit the ground running.
So him and left, center field. This might I don't know if you have the same guy. Probably not. This is a guy that is kind of far-fetched. Representing your Baltimore Orioles, Mr. Cedric Mullins.
I didn't think of him, dude, but he's been on his name's been floating around a lot recently. He's been hot.
His numbers are insane. He's hitting I can give you the numbers in a sec. He's currently batting .321 with 9 home runs. His OPS is 914, so almost a 1 dot. His OPS plus is 152.
Shit, I might have to throw him in. Like I said, I have Haniger, who's got an 830 OPS, 16 homers, 40 RBI at the time. But Mullins, I think I might have to swap out Mullins. Another one I had was Austin Meadows.
Yeah.
He has on Friday, he had 48 RBI. He was tied with Devers for the league lead. Mitch Haniger also has 40 RBIs. Meadows average not there, 237, but he's got a 342 on base, a 511 slug, and an 854 OPS. If I thought of Mullins, though, I think he would have replaced Meadows. This was kind of difficult, but
so the only I'll give Meadows the benefit of the doubt with RBIs because Mullins only has 19 on the
year. He's a leadoff hitter, though.
He's a leadoff hitter. He's
but his OPS is 914 still. Meadows is only 8. I say only, but it's 854.
Yeah. And Mullins has 10 stolen bases on the year.
Yeah,
So
Meadows doesn't have stolen bases, so that's a good one. I didn't even think of him.
Mullins' OBP is 387. He's almost on base 40% of the time. His slugging is 527. So
He's better. He's better than Meadows all around. I don't know why I didn't think of him.
Yeah, so he's having a great year. And, we got to have someone represent the O's. Might as well either be him or Mancini. So
it's going to be both of them probably, but it's going to, I mean, he's got to be one. He's got to be it. And and he'll start too. Like he shouldn't just be on the team. Like he should start. I didn't even think of that. And I got my bum ass has Meadows over here. But no, I mean, the third outfield spot, right field is probably, we both got the same guy.
I put BAJ, Big Aaron Judge.
Yeah. I mean, it's not close. I mean, he's the only bright spot of the Yankees offense this year. Right. On Friday, when I recorded this, he had 15 homers and 35 RBI, along with 35 walks, 291, 392, 540 with a 932 OPS, a 161 OPS plus. Like he's your starting right fielder.
I just got a notification that Fernando Tatis just broke the tie with a 444-foot home run.
Oh shit! Put that game on.
That's number 19 for him.
Nice. He's catching up to Slim Daddy Vladdy.
He just took the NL home run lead because Acuna's at 18.
Okay. Nice.
All right, so right field we got Judgy, clear cut. DH probably clear cut as well. I got Mr. Shohei Ohtani.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna put him in outfield, or I thought about starting pitcher, but I'm like, no, he's going in as a DH.
Yeah. I think if they do have him pitch, like DH would be perfect because they could just like swap him. Yeah. Pitch or something. Yeah,
for those who are wondering, as of Friday, he was slashing 262, 349, 602 OPS, or a 602 slug, an OPS of 951, 17 homers, 44 RBI. I said if Shohei Ohtani didn't exist, I would have picked Yordan Alvarez or JD Martinez.
Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned them. I wrote down like 6 or 7 guys that I'd like to see.
Yeah, who you got there?
Yordan Alvarez and JD Martinez were my first 2.
Yeah.
So those 2, Jared Walsh I put down, Mitch Haniger, like you mentioned before, Yuli Gurriel's been raking this year, Matt Olson and Austin Meadows made the list. So yeah. I think those guys will all make the team, as reserve bench players, whatnot. But yeah, a lot of exciting stuff there. But they make the team as reserves, bench guys, whatnot. I think they will. But, a lot of exciting stuff there. It gets even more exciting as we go into the NL.
Absolutely. So, NL.
Pitcher with your starting pitcher?
Yeah, I was going to say starting pitcher. We don't even need a drum roll, right? I mean, it's Jacob deGrom. You didn't put deGrom? Bro, okay, let me read this then. Okay, so Jacob deGrom has pitched 58. Well, at the time it was Friday. He's pitched more. So, 58 in 6 is, let's see, so 66 innings. Or so, giving up 4 earned runs in those innings. His ERA is extremely low. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but he leads the league with, complete game shutout. He's got a 103 FIP. The average is 4. His whip is half, like 0.5. To put things into perspective, thanks to Paul Hembo of ESPN on Twitter, you sent me this as well, Randy. Like a bad ERA plus was like 75 or whatever. The league average is 100. A good one is like 125. Jacob deGrom's is almost 630. And another thing I saw MLB posted, he has the lowest ERA ever through 9 starts. He threw 33 100 plus mile per hour pitches in his last start. He's got a 1.94 ERA since 2018. He's allowed 4 earned runs and he's got 3 ribbies on the year. That was before his last start. He now has 5 RBIs and is still only giving up 4 earned runs. If it's not Jacob deGrom, dude, you're wrong. Who do you have? I need to hear who you put.
So,
did you put Gosman?
Listen, obviously Jacob deGrom is a freaking super. Like he's an Avenger.
Yeah.
The guy's nuts. He's clear cut the starter of the All-Star. But I'm a villain. I like playing the villain role, and so I had Kevin Gosman. I want to see him get his recognition.
I don't hate it. I think who was it? Bauer gave out his Mickey Mouse Cy Young Awards.
Yeah.
He was the first ever recipient of a Mickey Mouse Cy Young. He gave it to Cole and Gosman.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, how do you not give it to deGrom?
Right.
But it's kind of like Mike Trout. Like you have the Mike Trout Award, and then you have the MVP, and then you got the Jacob deGrom Award, and then you have the Cy Young.
Exactly. I mean, Jacob deGrom, he wasn't born on this planet. Like he was hatched from an egg or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see Kevin Gall. I mean, I'd like to see deGrom start it. His stuff is nasty, but
I don't hate the Gosman pick. I mean,
I have Gosman or Woodruff just to change things up.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of changing things up, though, who's your catcher?
All right, let's bring it back to not the Joe Bros bringing it to year 3000, but us bringing it to year 2012, Mr. Buster Posey.
I'm so mad, dude. I really thought that you weren't going to have the same catcher as me. I thought you were going to go with somebody else. I put Buster, too. I mean, it's hard not to. He's slashing 336, 411, 577. His OPS is 988, almost 1,000. It's almost a one dot.
It's hard to ignore his numbers. If it wasn't him, I was going to put Wilson Contreras.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good catchers in the NL, dude. There's Buster, there's Contreras. Obviously, you got Yachty. You got what the hell? Who I just had somebody. Who was it? Carson Kelly out in Arizona. There's a lot of good catchers in the NL. JT Realmuto, Will Smith, yeah.
So I'm glad you had Buster too, because he deserves his recognition. People were saying, "Oh, he's done. It's Joey Bart's time." He ain't done.
No, he ain't done.
Start the All-Star.
So, first base.
First base. You mentioned him before. Brr, the polar bear.
Really? Okay.
Alonso, baby. Let's go.
I got a little fun with first base and second base here. Okay. I put Max Muncy at first base.
Okay. Muncy's OPS is nuts.
He's hitting 260, 416. Yeah, bro.
He leads all first basemen in OPS.
I was just gonna say he leads the league in on base percentage and walks. So, 31 RBI as of Friday is 416 on base percentage, a 926 OPS. Probably not named Vladimir Guerrero. Probably does lead all of the first basemen in that 510 slug. But he could lead all NL first baseman.
Yeah, definitely.
But he plays everywhere. Like
it's weird not seeing Freddie Freeman. He usually does. He's batting like low 200s.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not fun to watch. But I took him, and then I got creative with second base too. I'll go out and say mine. This dude doesn't really play second base much, but he can play it, and he has played it. Ketel Marte.
Okay.
I put him at second base because there's no room for him in the outfield. He's slashing. I mean, he's hurt for a little bit, but he hasn't skipped a beat. And the outfield's too stacked, so he didn't fit there for me. But he's slashing as of Friday, 365, 404, 573 with a 977 OPS. Like,
I'm cool with that, and I'm gonna be even cooler with it after the All-Star game's done and he's in pinstripes.
Yeah.
I like that. For second base, I representing your Schittsburg Pirates, I put Mr. Adam Frazier.
Okay, that's true. You got to have somebody representing them. That's a good one.
Frazier's been good this year, man.
He has been.
Who's up right now, but they're good. I can pull them up, Mr. Frazier.
Yeah, that's wild. So moving from there, who do you have at third base?
Well, let me real quick.
Or you got more? Okay.
Adam Frazier in 62 games this year. 333 batting average. He's got only 2 home runs. He's not a power guy. 23 doubles.
Damn.
On the year. He's got 36 runs, 3 hits. His OPS is 867, so almost a 9 OPS. OBP is 393. And slugging 474. I mean, he's been doing it all, man. So
yeah,
I like him representing the Pirates there.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Yeah.
So third base. Yeah, who you got third base?
Coming in, drum roll, representing your St. Louis Cardinals. Yep. Your guy, Mr. Nolan Arenado.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You said Adam Frazier had 23 doubles. As of Friday, Nolan had 20. The home runs aren't really there, but he had 20 doubles, 40 RBI, and 842 OPS. He's got 122 total bases. Like, he's hitting 282.
The homer numbers will come. He's still adjusting from that Coors.
Yeah. I mean, he's still hitting though. Like 842 OPS, that's nothing to scoff at. 282 batting average at the time. He's definitely, I mean,
He's a superstar.
My thing, you can argue a couple of different things here. You could say Chris Bryant should be a third baseman, but he just played his first game at third base since April 20th yesterday. I think if anything, he gets in as an outfielder if he gets in. We'll talk about that later though.
For sure.
But so shortstop, I think we both probably.
We don't even have to say it.
No, it's Tatis, right?
Tatis,
Yeah. It's not. I don't have to go numbers. He leads the league with 13 stolen bases. I'll just tell you
his numbers. He just hit his 19th bomb too.
So he's and when I wrote this, he had 17 homers, and that was 2 days ago.
If you don't know who Fernando Tatis Jr. is, GFY.
Yeah, exactly.
Good for you. That means.
Yeah.
Outfield. Outfield will go in left field. We've been talking about him all year. He plays in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah.
Mr. Jesse Winker. Welcome to the All-Star game.
I have him too. I mean, for those of you that want the numbers, his slash line 346, 413, 645, 1.057 OPS, 136 total bases. He leads the league in slugging and OPS, and is a close second behind Castellanos in total bases.
Absolutely nuts.
So, I had him there, and then center fields.
I had Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna have to put him in center.
Kind of clear cut. Yeah,
it is clear cut. 989 OPS. He has 18 homers. He leads the league in runs scored, and also has 11 steals on the year. But who would you put in right field then?
In right field, I have Mr. Nicholas Castellanos.
Yeah, I have the same outfield as you. Yeah,
same outfield. Juan Soto's numbers aren't that great, but you probably could have thrown him in there.
I don't think you can let Winker and Castellanos' years go under the radar. They have to start. They're one of three.
The Reds are so mediocre.
They're two of the top. There's only three guys in the league with an OPS north of 1 dot, and it's those two and Vladdy Jr.
Exactly.
And then going back to the numbers, Nick Castellanos leads the league in hits, average, and total bases. So, I mean, he's got a 1.038 OPS, hitting 357.
Definitely.
It's crazy, dude.
So definitely earned a start there in my book.
And outfield for me was tricky. So what I did was I used the cop out. I made my designated hitter Chris Bryant.
I also made my DH Chris Bryant.
Because you could put him at third. You could argue that he should start at third base because he can play there.
I had him at third, but then I was like, you can't not have Nolan in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Nolan might make it, just maybe not as a starter. Yeah. You could put Chris Bryant at third base to start, but like I said, he plays more outfield than anything, I think but he's also played some first base. He's played second. He does it all. But I mean, comeback player of the year, baby. That's what I'm saying. 959 OPS. He's averages over 300. I mean, he's having a career year, and it's a contract year too. So
yeah, I mean, like you said, he's gonna get the bag.
Yeah, has to. Whether it's gonna be from the Cubs or somebody else.
KB in the All-Star game for sure. He's been doing it this year, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I did for the AL, I wrote down a couple guys I'd like to see. The guys that made that list: Max Muncy, like you mentioned, you got him starting. I have him make a game. Brandon Crawford, been studly this year. Austin Riley, Trey Turner, Jesus Aguilar, Juan Soto, and Brian Reynolds.
Yeah, those are good. I like that.
I also want to see Jazz Chisholm there.
I think you'll see him there. I think he'll be there.
He's a stud, dude. I'm a Jazz Chisholm guy. So.
Me too. I think he'll be there for sure.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff there, man. I mean, I know we had a lot of similar stuff.
I mean, it's hard not to have a lot of similarities, right. But we did have some good differences.
Right.
So that was fun.
It's gonna be exciting. It was fun to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, coming up too. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say if anyone out there listening has different opinions and different guys they want to see starting, let us know. We'd love to compare our choices to you guys. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think as it gets closer too, maybe we'll do an episode where we might skip the recaps and do potential trades that we want to see happen or that could happen. Because that'll take a lot of research. That's why I say maybe skip the recaps. But that could be something.
I was also thinking we could do an all-star draft, with the guys that we chose, put them in a hat, pick them out, and maybe come up with a point system or something.
Yeah, or something like that, and then follow it through the year or whatever, and see who's got the better team.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll think of something. We'll get more stuff like fun stuff like this going that, maybe sparks.
Trying to get creative for you guys.
Yeah, and spark some debate with the listeners. They can yell at us some more if they don't already. So, no, that was fun. I mean, no analysis or anything this week because we had that All-Star game we wanted to get into. But I mean, I don't really have anything else other than
it's the 4:00 our start. So that being said, hope you guys had fun. We had a lot of fun, doing the All-Star picks and stuff. Thanks for
a quick update. That home run that Tatis hit wasn't just a homer, it was a grand slam.
Oh yeah.
So the Pods put up 6 runs in the top of the 7th. They're up 7-2. Update. I'm just gonna give a quick update around the league right now. Yanks are down 7-0 after 8 in Philly. The Reds are up 5-2 on the Rocks. They're still hitting. Suarez has got a 2-run bomb. I told you about the Padres and the Mets. Mariners, Indians 5-1. The M's are up. The Rays are now up 7-1 against the O's in the 9th. The Blue Jays are up 18-4 in the 9th. The White Sox are up 4-1 in the 9th. The Braves are up 6-2 late. 7-1 Stros over the Twins. The Pirates are up 2-1 in the 6th over the Brew Crew. And then, as we mentioned, the 4:00 games are warming up. But we have one game that is final. The Nats did beat the Giants. They blanked them 5-0. Johnny Cueto got hit hard, it looks like. So, yeah, Cueto 5 in the 3rd, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 total. So, but I mean, that's it for me.
Yeah, always a pleasure doing it with you, bud. This is episode 7 now?
Yeah, episode 7. We're getting there.
Crazy to think we're almost 2 months into doing this. So.
I know it's awesome, but enjoy the week coming up, guys. We'll get some stuff out. I'm gonna try and get those walk-off montages out like every week. I think that's something fun. And we'll be back here next week. We'll see you guys. Be kind.
As always, follow us on social media as well, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll link that and everything. So take it easy on it.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake.
I put hoes in NY onto DKNY. Miami, DC, prefer Versace.